Coach John Harbaugh is the first NFL coach in NFL history to allow a brother at quarterback to do what a brother does. They kept trying to make other scrambling quarterbacks, like the brother who was drafted by the Raiders out of Grambling, Joe Gilliam back in the 70s with the Steelers. Warren Moon has openly admitted he tapered down his athleticism so they wouldn't change his position. And other Rodney Peets, the Randall Cunninghams, the what's the man name? Vince Evans of the world, the Colin Kaepernicks, the Steve McNairs, the Donovan McNabb, the Michael Vicks, they all tried to make these guys Dan Marino. They tried to make them Joe Montana and make them all these pocket passes. It was an insult to them, and the reason they got drafted. Coach John Harbaugh said, we're going to create an offense that mimics Colin Kaepernick's and let this kid do what he does best. So while Lamar is a greater than awesome quarterback, what I have to say is this. Miss me with that nonsense about him being the greatest ever, because other brothers didn't get their fair share. Fair shot. With that being said, big ups to Lamar. You doing your thing. I got nothing but respect for you, young brother. Keep killing the game. Much love. Like I was saying, man, it's all good, though. Oh. I ain't want to take no credit away from the young brother Lamar, but I also didn't want to I ain't want to not give the brothers that came before him the proper acknowledgement and respect. Because Lamar, bad brother. Yeah, that's right, Warren. Lamar is a bad man. But they want to act like Randall Cunningham, if given the opportunity, couldn't have done this. Our brother Mike, the late great Steve McNair, league MVP one time, and other brothers who didn't get the opportunity to be themselves and was always trying to convert them into pocket passes instead of coaching to what you have, instead of trying to get what you have and make it to what you want it to be. It's like dating a fat girl talking about, I'm gonna make you lose weight, baby. No. Or dating a stupid man and say, I'm gonna get you smart. Hey, you pick him as a stupid man, let the man take out the garbage and mop, and you do everything else. You got the fat girlfriend, make sure she can cook. That's all I'm saying. Don't disrespect the stupid men or fat women. Y'all understand the analogy. But big ups to Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens. But I'm not gonna let y'all disrespect the brothers who got hampered by trying to be converted into something that they're not. Had to give it up to him, Lamar. I know you listening. I'll be hollering at you on Twitter. Told y'all, I bet most of the Twitter's alright, man. But with that being said, I want to cover a few games. Going forward with y'all, I'm not gonna cover the whole league. Because the whole league, don't nobody care about it. Like, I'm a Raider fan, but why the hell would I talk about the Raiders versus the Jets? John Gruden is a doofus, and Derek Carr is a bum. That's all that needs to be said. The playoff pitch in the AFC is shaping up pretty good. The wild cards at this point, as of today, if the playoff starts today, would be the Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Houston Texans, the Baltimore Ravens, and the New England Patriots would be the teams that'll get automatic bids. Team that I think is going to sneak into this get down is the Colts. Even though I want Mike Tomlin to win a minimum of 2 more games, they got 11 games. They've already played 11. That means they got 5 to go. I need him to win 2 of the next 5. Then he'll never have a losing season. And even though Kyle Shanahan is looking like the front runner for Coach of the Year, I think he should go to my brother Mike Tomlin, because when you lose a Hall of Fame level running back, you lose a Hall of Fame overrated rapist quarterback. Hall of Fame level quarterback and a Hall of Fame wide receiver, and you still win 8 games in the season. Hey, big ups to Mike Tomlin, but I know they're going to give it to Kyle Shanahan because his record better, but it should go to the dude who did the greatest coaching job. Speaking of great coaching jobs, y'all said Brian Flores and the Miami Dolphins were tanking. I told you they were creating a culture. I understand the Dolphins have only won 2 of their 11 games, but at one point this season, they were the joke of the town, and as usual, the Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals have wrestled that title right out of their hands. Looks like Marvin Lewis wasn't the problem after all, was it? Hey, Big Illinois, I know you're listening. I told you Marvin wasn't a problem. But, hey, Marv out there killing with Coach Herm. But with that being said, we still going to get it in, man. Big ups to those two. I understand Kyle Shanahan with the good record going to win. But I think some consideration go to Brian Flores. They should come up to Chicago and slap the hell out of their coach and go down to Atlanta and slap the hell out of their coach. But then it should be a coin flip. It should be a coin flip with John Harbaugh and my brother Mike Tomlin, coach of the year. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go over this game. Eagles in Seattle. Look, Carson Wentz is an overrated Rudy Poo. Golden cap for the Bears. That's from Latasha Brooks. Not going to happen, Latasha. Don't hold your breath. You're going to pass out and die if you wait for that to happen. If you think Kaepernick is ever going to play in the NFL again, I'm going to need you to come to my crib and buy some of this swampland I got behind my house. I got 10,000 acres behind my house, and it's only going to cost you $600. It's not going to happen, Miss Brooks. Sorry. But with that being said, the Eagles in Seattle, look, Carson Wentz is wildly overrated. Doug Peterson needs to run the win, throw the score. Carson Wentz is not what they thought he was. He's either hurt or inconsistent. That's why the Seattle Seahawks are consistent Russell Wilson and a consistent coach. Consistent coach will get you a win every time. Next up, another overrated Rudy Poo bum buster scrub ass quarterback, which is Jared Goff. Jason Goff is a sports reporter here in Chicago. Jared Goff is somebody else. Big Illinois said goal is on its way out. We already have somebody to miss kicks. Dang. Sorry, Natasha. Seems that Big Illinois thinks that your man Robbie Gold and is a Rudy, and he don't want him on his team. No comment. I think they need to just slap Mr. Trubisky and see if they can trade him for a hot 6-pack and a stale bag of Fritos and then call it a day. But Jared Goff, Carson Wentz both got paid. All y'all was telling me that Dak wasn't that good. Dak ain't this, Dak ain't that. And now the truth is coming out. Dak is being coached by a moron. I repeat, Dak Prescott is being coached by a moron. That's why his growth has been stunted. Goff, if you put the dude who coaching Jared Goff into Dallas, the Cowboys would have won the Super Bowl this year. The Ravens, it goes without saying, the Ravens is getting it in. Warren Moon ran the CFL for a few years. Yes, he did, man. Yes, he did. Next up, the Packers. Money-making Mitch for MVP. Most valuable punk motherfucker. Is that what you're saying? Because I know you don't mean player. Because he is putrid. He's pitiful. He's pitiful. Big Illinois. Stop it with the foolishness. And I'm not listening to your demo. Next up, the Packers versus the 49ers was a disgraceful display for one Aaron Rodgers. Again, this is a team that has very little adjustment in their game plan. This is why teams have adjusted and adapted, and they kicking their ass. Stop trying to put the S on the quarterback's chest and run the damn ball. Otherwise, your man gonna continue to look like a rookie. The Packers, the Cowboys versus the Patriots. The Cowboys clearly got a coach, and their owner came to the forefront and said, "I'm firing this bum," in so many words. Look, this is fundamentals, just like I was talking about. You don't need to hire. I heard Nick Wright talking about you need to hire some egghead from Yale and let them know and yada yada yada. No, you don't. You need to have somebody who knows how to coach football. Belichick is just a very good. He's a football guy, and that's why he kicks ass, and that's why he can't be contended with, because the rest of y'all are looking at computers while Bill Belichick is looking at the reality of the situation and kicking y'all ass annually. Big ups to Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots for beating the Dallas Cowboys. Undercoached, underwhelming, underused offense, and that's why the Dallas Cowboys getting their draws kicked in their ass on a regular basis. You can see it any way you want, but the reality is this. They getting their ass kicked. because they are not prepared. And that's just the way it goes. Now, when you're looking at the Houston Texans, when you're looking at Lamar Jackson, and you're looking at these other teams throughout the NFL, the teams with the quarterbacks that execute, and the teams with a running game win. I told you guys back in August that the team with the best running game, the most consistent running game, and the defense will win. I told y'all in August, the running game will be prevalent in the National Football League this year. And as I look at the league, as I look at everything and the way it's shaking down, let's look at the AFC picture. The New England Patriots, they played the weakest schedule in the league, but every time they run, they win. Tom Brady has had one of the worst seasons of his life. The defense is winning. Look, this is why defense and running helps you win. Because the running game allows the defense to rest. If the defense is well-rested, you get it in. Point blank period. The Houston Texans, when they run the ball, they win. The Kansas City Chiefs, when they run the ball, they win. Buffalo Bill quarterback might as well be playing with his hands in his pockets. And when he running, they win. Go to the NFC, 49ers running their ass off. The Saints, Kamara's running their ass off. Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers having off year, the running back getting it in. 6th ranked rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott. Carson is kicking ass. Who's carrying the Vikings? My main man, Dalvin Cook. The Rams, the Bears, the Eagles, the Panthers, they are not running they're not running the football like in the past. Guess what? They getting their ass kicked like in the present. Don't listen to me. You don't have to. I get it. It's cool. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to pay attention to me. But I challenge you to go to Pro Football Weekly and look up the teams with the best running games and the most consistent running games. They are at the top of the rankings. The teams with the worst running games are at the bottom. Detroit Lions, Arizona Cardinals, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Washington Redskins, Washington Racial Slurs, even my Raiders. Derek Carr is a bum, but Josh Jacobs can run. They're 6-5. I'm just telling you, man. The Tennessee Tuxedo, they are actually considering keeping this bum Ryan Tannehill because they are running the football. If you want to win in the National Football League, run the damn ball. 15%. Let me see. My man Big Illinois said something. Dallas should be 70% run, 15% throwing. Ball to Zeke, I totally agree. 110 in Canada, 110 degrees. Damn, that's a beautiful thing, right? Other 15 can throw the Cooper and get contact. Bears running scheme or Montgomery suck. It is the scheme that sucks. It is a predictable running scheme. Big Illinois. Dude hasn't adjusted. One of the things to being a coach, you must adjust on an annual basis. If you do not adjust, you will get your ass kicked regularly in the National Football League. That's just the way it goes, man. I'm sorry for that. If people don't want to, you want to keep listening to the hype about this being a running league and all that nonsense, you can if you want. But the reality of the situation is this. If you want to show me the one team in the history of the game that won a championship that couldn't run the football. The greatest show on turf, Marshall Faulk. The Redskins, when they were fun bunch, John Riggins. The last time the Raiders won a Super Bowl, Marcus Allen. The only time the Bears won a Super Bowl, Walter Payton. Joe Morris with the Giants, and I could go on and on. Roger Craig, Wendell Tyler. You must run the damn ball to win. With that being said, y'all, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. There have been a few adjustments to the show. I don't really announce people anymore, so don't feel slighted because we are on several outlets and I don't want people to be bogged down with me announcing people and get lost and lose attention in the show. Again, if you missed the show in its entirety, you can go back to Spreaker.com and listen to the show in entirety. You go to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, and podcast addict.